Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. In the last episode, we got started with the 7.1 MSQ, which saw us being invited to the state funeral for Sphene in Alexandria. And we attended that, and the people there are still struggling to come to terms with the concept of death and mourning that they haven't had to deal with in a couple of hundred years at least. And so, amidst all of that, Guluja has expressed an interest in learning something about who his mother was. And so we begun an investigation, and we obtained some leads regarding a female Mamulja who was part of a anti-Tural Vidral expedition that Zoralja had led in Yasulani. At some point before the dome came down. Most likely, if I had to guess, it would have been the Tural Vidral that he was dealing with while the tournament was going on to select, that eventually selected Bakul Jaja as one of the successors. Because Kona mentioned that Zoralja was busy with the Tural Vidral and could not participate in the tournament. So that could be what was going on, and it's possible that some of that expedition stayed behind in Yasulani to help with the recovery efforts, and then got trapped when the dome appeared. And then one thing led to another, and Guluja ended up coming along. So, we still have a lot to learn, but we've unlocked the first dungeon as we head into this area where this old settlement was and see what we find there. So yeah, that is where we are at, and I hit the wrong button. There we go. All right, so as usual, we're going to head in there with a party of NPCs. I'll be heading in this red mage.
I stand ever ready.
Let's get to it.
Now, do I want to bring Wuklamot along as tank?
I stand ever ready. 'Twould be a pleasure as always.
I mean, we're all caster DPS, so you know what? Since I am a red mage, we're gonna leave Alice on the bench, unfortunately, and we're gonna bring Cryle along. All right, so let's go, and let's see what this is all about. Yawata. Apparently there were some experiments being run here about some kind of weapon. So, we'll see. Alright, am I good? Let's pop food. Let's go. My father must have come here for a reason. Just trying to settle in here and remember how to play red mage. Alright, so far, nothing too unexpected here. Avoid that.
Take that! Try this!
Alright. One more group before the final, well, not final, for the first boss. Alright, so just 2 enemies here. Alright, then I'll try and single target them down. Figure out who everyone else is targeting and burn that one.
Hold still! Now I'll show you!
Alright, what do we got? Lindblom Zagnal. Well, that's a thing. Wuglamon is just like, let's get started.
We mustn't hold back.
Alright, it's energized that crystal. Whoa, boy. Alright, it's gonna go over there. Alright, follow the others. Ooh, okay. I was wondering why in the world are you guys stacking, but okay, they were just getting there and then spreading out.
You'll not escape this.
Are they going for another one? Okay, we got that. Alright, we're going for one of the pillars again, looks like. Alright, that seems like the fight. Alright, that's pretty nice. Striking hairpin. The facility is still here. What kind of research do they do here? Quite imposing, isn't it? Alright, there's a research note over here. Let's take a look. While His Majesty Zeralja is not the first to conceive of transferring a beast's soul into a person's body, safety and ethical concerns have ensured no earnest attempts have been made to date. Yet our king believes that there is no greater evil than to hinder the potential of man, and so he has ordered us to make this conception a reality. He would bolster our military might and break through into the outside world. If our research will further his ambition, then perhaps it is worth pursuing. This is where they developed using feral souls. Oh, these things are horrible. Alright, another research note. Our bodies are fragile vessels. Although the infusion of another person's soul confers strength and vitality, the soul of a beast yields mixed results. Even when stripped of memories, a feral soul can induce psychological instability in the subject. I suspect this is because primal instincts remain, and while a certain amount of bestial ferocity is expected, and I dare say welcomed, too many such souls can lead to physical mutations. For now, our objective shall be to determine the threshold beyond which a body is at risk of uncontrolled mutation. Oh, there's still people in here. Oh, zombies.
We mustn't hold back.
Burn these things down. Amulet offending. Look at. Look at that. Giant course. Another research note. The rate of transfiguration may be dictated by the potency of the soul consumed. We've experimented with fiends of great power, but mutations are observed after the infusion of merely a single soul. No better was this phenomenon illustrated than with poor Atticus. His body was altered irreparably, and he lost all capacity for rational thought. While the primary objective of this research was to utilize the soul of a Tyrell Vidral, I struggled to see a path forward. An alternative approach must be considered. Oh wait, here they come. So I guess this Atticus is probably going to be our final boss. Unless that is the guy there. If the source of our failures thus far has been the inability of our bodies to contain feral souls, what if we were to reverse the process by purging a beast of its memories and infusing it with a man's soul, one still possessed of its own memories? We stand to gain absolute control over a vessel of great power. My subordinate, who first proposed this brilliant hypothesis, shall have the honor of being the first to transcend our meager limits. I must prepare his soul for extraction at once. Oh boy, I'm getting Amisthios vibes. Overseer Keniloka. Hello there. Mad scientist dude. Oh, okay. Oh, that's nasty. Well, that's tricky. That is tricky.
You'll not escape this!
Alright, here we go again, but on a more restricted... Ah.
Try this!
You'll not escape this!
This should do it!
Almost got him. There we go. Our boots offending. Is that a storm? What is this? I guess it's probably where our final boss is. Something's wrong. Don't rush ahead. Ooh. What was that roar? Did it come from inside the storm? Alright, one more group of enemies here.
I have you!
Try this!
All right, what do we got? Looney Piatti. Okay, well, that's a bunny from hell. Wow. It's cool transition. Alright, I guess let's get started, because Wooklamot's probably gonna jump in if we don't. I don't like being in front of that. Nope. Yep. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna go where Alphino is. Whoa, what the? Yeah, just go where everybody else is going. Yeah, probably don't want to be in that circle. Oh my. Oh, uh-oh.
Got you.
Oh, crud. I did not notice that was what I was doing. Okay, okay. Well, this is an interesting boss. All right, do it. Okay, the pattern is going to be different per encounter, alright, or for 4 attempts. Yep, that's where he's going to make the hole. Alright, and I get behind it. There we go.
This should do it.
No holding back.
We're going to have to do all the rest of this fight on this rim of a platform. Well, I did not get into that gather. Yeah, it seems like all the rest of this fight is not going to fill that hole back in. Alright, there we go. Well, that was an interesting boss fight. I like it. Did I get anything casting? $705. Okay, sure. Let's get out of here.
For all the talk of my brother felling this beast, he only imprisoned it, like Vali Armanda.
From what I could tell, they sought to transfer people's souls and memories into bestial vessels at that facility. The Tural Vidral explains the need for a remote location. It was doubtless their prime subject. Though I expect Zoralja did not foresee the opportunities it presented when he imprisoned the creature.
We're gonna echo with it.
And so, in order to prevent the breakdown of the individual, I instead seek to transfer their soul into the body of the beast.
This would allow one to wield the power of a Tural Vidral.
In theory, our initial experiments will involve lesser creatures. But in time, I am confident we will be able to bring even the mightiest under our control.
And what becomes of those who offer their souls?
As they won't be able to return to their original forms, we must consider them lost. But the sacrifice will be worthwhile, for the army you stand to gain will far surpass any composed of mechanical soldiers.
Very well. Recruit volunteers and begin at once.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I shall return to the observatory and see to the necessary preparations.
So, you've given him permission?
Teishalja, you will assist Kaniloka.
Hey, Shalja.
As one of the Land's Guard's finest chirurgeons, your knowledge may be of use in his experiments. You will also watch him closely. In what you learn, you will report to me. You object to his project? Or are you incapable of performing this duty?
No, Your Majesty. Whether we shelter within the dome or expand beyond it, we require great power. But with no one to rely upon, we must take that power for ourselves, even if the means are questionable. I will do as you command. But if Kaniloka's work bears fruit, I wish to beg a boon.
What do you desire?
Something that I had accepted I would never have in Tuliyollal. That I believed would forever be beyond me. That it was foolish to covet. But here and now, it is close. So very, very close.
Perform your duty to my satisfaction, and anything you desire is yours. That which I seek does not lie within this dome. Here, I cannot prove the miracle. But if what you seek is at hand, then you may claim it, for it has no value to me.
Are you all right?
Teishelja. Could she be my mother?
Likely.
Like the people in the outskirts said, few Mamulja lived in Yasulani. I can't imagine many other Ubiko women were trapped in the dome. That being the case, she could well be the one.
This observatory Kaniloka returned to, could it not be part of the research facility? We might learn something about Teishelja there.
That's where we're going next, then.
So... who was in the rabbit? Or was that just the Tural Vidral that they were planning to experiment upon? They never got a chance. Alright, LSA? Now that the danger's behind us, it started sinking in just how unsettling this place is. Hard to believe it used to be a village. Trial. Then you should be able to peer into the Tural Vidral's past. I wonder what that implies for the beast's consciousness while it was sealed away. Okay, so we are implying that that was just the Tural Vidral, that it still had its original soul. It hadn't been implanted with a person yet. Okay. Teishelja, you said her name was? I wonder what her story is. Alphino. The villagers were likely monitoring the imprisoned Tural Vidral at Zeralja's behest. At some point, they became involved in the research of souls. It seems that this Kaniloka was in charge here. From your accounting, he was quite dedicated to Zeralja. Right, I wish I could see into the past like you, then I could see people who are gone. Because there aren't many other Mamulja women here, for a long time I couldn't even imagine what my mother looked like. When I visited Tuliyollal and saw some, I was finally able to picture her in my mind. And one day I hope I can see what she actually looked like as well. Well, we shall see. Trial. While we've discerned the purpose of the research conducted here, the traces of it that remain might afford us greater insight into what came of it. Let's take a look around for information as well as a way to the upper level. Alright, does not look like I can mount here. Not like some of the other dungeons that we would explore. Ululja? What happened to the people here? Did they all leave, or did we already meet them? Alphino? I think that people actually volunteered their souls for these experiments. This was far from guaranteed. Even in the best case, they would cease to be men. Was their devotion to Zeralja so absolute? Wrought iron gate. A lift can be seen behind the wrought iron gate. As sturdy as it appears, the gate will likely resist attempts to force it open. A security panel is nearby. Perhaps a verification key will open the way. Mangled corpse. A journal lies next to the body. It was transferred to Ueyawata Station in order to train the villagers in the use of electrope technology. While a child can quickly learn to operate common contraptions, it will be no easy thing for them to attain the requisite skill to develop new weapons. One which require no less than the manipulation of souls. Thankfully, two of my pupils have demonstrated great aptitude in the field. Kenaloka, the village chief, and Teishalja, a field Kairujan. Further driven by their loyalty to our king, their growth has been remarkable. I dare hope that, before long, they will be able to carry out their duties without further instruction. I may be relieved of my duty. It appears that you were relieved of duty. Graha? I wonder what Beck Lug would make of this research into transferring souls. Alright, Kryl. The research likely moved between the upper and lower levels. Perhaps we can find a key among their belongings. Our researchers. Makes me angry to think about what they did here. Test subject's journal. They're recruiting volunteers for a new experiment. I know I'm not as bright as the others, but they wouldn't laugh at me if I was stronger than them. This might be my chance. Soul transferred a few days ago. I can write. Can write good. Yes, I am good. Very good. Getting hard to control strength. Today a bit offhand of feeder. Can't help it. So strong. Bit offhand of feeder. Okay. Hungry. Always hungry. Cannot control. Eat. Must eat. Am eater. Must eat. Alright. Supplies of the staff are neatly arranged within the cabinet. Among the various items is a manual outlining regulations on tranquilizing gas to be used in emergencies. You dig deeper and find a verification key. Perhaps it can be used to open the iron gate. Alright, let's see if it works. You found the key? Great, I'll call the others. Seems the key can be used to operate the lift as well. Up we go. So this is the observatory. I didn't expect it to be similar, but this is a far cry from the temple that helmed Valagarmanda. All the machinery appears to be in operation. I expect there are auxiliary systems in place to ensure that monitoring can continue even in emergencies. The warnings indicate various anomalies related to the seal's failure. Most likely. For a blessing, we managed to fell the beast before it could cause harm. Right then, let's see if we can find some clues about Gululjaw's mother. I think I can use this terminal. Shale taught me how. There's so much data, I don't know what we should look at. Perhaps we can narrow down the search by inputting the name Teishalja. It brought up a lot of results. They all seem to say the same thing. Teishalja, Administrator of Experimental Treatments, Research Logs. That sounds good, doesn't it? The chances are the data is encrypted, and even if not, it will take considerable time to go through it all. Then let us take it with us to the back room and have Shale analyze it. Agreed. Alright, I'll transfer this to the storage device I brought. There, it's finished. Thank you so much for bringing me all the way here, everyone. If you're happy, then so am I. Besides, I was able to learn more about my brother as well. It was a fruitful adventure for the both of us. All right. Say? I admit the Tural Vidral gave me a fright at first, but then I remembered who felled the mighty Aveligarmanda. Alphino. I'll not soon forget our visit to that facility. It was a troubling reminder of the depravity that can arise from the belief that souls are simply a resource to be exploited. Gululja. Kiluswa is really good at driving the hover cargo. I wonder if I can learn how to drive it too. Well. I'm glad we could find what we sought in that abandoned facility. And Wuklamat. Seems safe to say my brother returned to Yue Yawata for the Tural Vidral. He wanted its power no matter the cost. Alright, and here we are. The authorities will doubtless wish to be informed about the facility and its contents. But first things first, let us deliver the data to Shale. And hope things haven't gone to complete crap in the meantime. Alright, but I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and end the episode. And then we will deliver the data to Shale at the start of next episode. As long as this doesn't trigger the cutscene. No, it does not. Okay, good. All right, so yeah, we will break here, and we will be back to finish this off when we come back. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.